There's a little bit of rain. So perhaps we can have some gratitude for that as we begin our day together. Nice tall seat. Inhaling. Imagine your spine lengthening and growing, extending. And then as you exhale, releasing tension, letting go. Shoulder down and back. Just breathe naturally, paying attention, appreciating your breath. Especially if you've had a respiratory issue. The freedom to breathe is such a blessing that we take for granted. This morning, as we breathe, I'd like you to take just a moment at the top of your inhalation and wait before you exhale. And then at the bottom, before you inhale, after your exhalation, just wait a moment. So we're just creating some space there. I'm going to let you do it on your own so that it doesn't, sometimes when you follow somebody and if it doesn't match what you're comfortable with, it's stressful. So we're just going to inhale 4 times. When you get to the top of your breath, just sit with it, be with it before you exhale. And then once you slowly exhale, be with it. So right now I'm breathing, paying attention to my breath. And the background is the gentle thunder all around my house. It's just so sweet. One more breath. Gently release. Very nice. All right, let's turn our head, look over one shoulder. Noticing our range of motion. Noticing how it feels. Releasing, coming to center, inhaling. Exhaling to the other side. Releasing, inhaling, center, tall. Exhaling to the other side. And last time, inhale, exhale, side. Back through to center. All right, let's inhale tall and then take the head to the side. And today, let's choose to extend this hand or take it behind. And as an option, gently put a gentle touch on the top of your head. Just breathing into that space that you're opening. And gently release, come back through center, inhale tall, whole spine. Exhale, gentle. Opposite arm goes to the side or perhaps wrapping behind. Do what's comfortable for you. And release. And then let's go side to side gentle. Just notice how it feels. Good. Back to center, and now we nod yes. Yes. Having gratitude for the rain. Yes, I hope you have a gentle rain all day. And coming back to center. Good. Inhale tall. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Up, 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 up. Look up. Wiggle your fingers. Rotate your wrists. And now exhale, turning your whole torso to one side. Looking over your shoulder. Both shoulders down, lifting your heart. Releasing back to center. Inhale tall. Lengthening, stretching again with the wrists. Wiggling the fingers. And then we exhale to the other side. Shoulders down, lifting the heart. And releasing through to center. Nice. Scooping up one hand, stretch tall. Feel where you're connected to the ground. Lifting tall, taking it over. Leading with the base of the ribs, take it up. Same thing, other side. Up, up, up. Stretch. Connecting to the ground, lifting to the sky, and exhaling over. Leading with the ribs, take it back up. Good. Roll the shoulders back. Noticing what you feel. Reverse. Again, noticing what you feel. Good. All right, we're going to switch to our hands and knees. Remember, you can put a folded up towel underneath your knees. This is quadruped position. Shoulders are over the hands. Inhaling into extension. Tailbone up, long spine. Exhaling through neutral. Drawing the navel in, rounding the back. Now remember, if you choose to inhale on the cat, that's your prerogative. But what I ask is that you breathe with your movement, or preferably move with your breath. You might close your eyes. In your mind's eye, see your spine, each vertebra moving through this chain of movement. Okay, coming back to center. Okay, so I'm going to take my hips away from you and my shoulders towards you. Flex at the hips, so flexing at the shoulders, so I'm coming down. Lifting as I inhale through center, exhale to the other side. So working a little through the hips and the shoulders. Go with your breath, inhaling, exhaling. So I'm getting a little lateral flexion. Perhaps you want to look to the side, trying to find your feet with your gaze. Okay, coming back to neutral. We're going to walk our hands out, finding our plank. Your plank could be here, it could be here, or it could be here. It doesn't matter. All right, so I'm going to go a little wider with mine because of my shoulder. Belly in, come down slowly. Hands release, and then push back up. Belly in. Inhale. Exhale down. Hands release. Push back up. Try to bring your belly at the same time you bring your chest. We have one more. Slowly down. Hands release. Push up, belly in. And now we shift our hips back. Very briefly, stretching through the spine, through the low back. Warming up the knee joint a little. Remember, if your forehead doesn't reach the floor, you can make a stack with your fists. Because I'd like your forehead to be connected to something. This allows your nervous system to soften, to release. Just breathe. See if you can't breathe into your back. Expanding through the back with that breath. Slowly releasing. All right. So lifting the head, walking the hands back out. We're going to lower down again, but this time we're going to stay here. And going for our cobra. So toes are down, hips are down, pulling the head forward, shoulder blades back, shoulders away from ears, and I come up. I just want to feel it in my low back, perhaps in my hips, and even in my legs if I'm pressing into the mat. Shoulders away from the ears. Relax it down. And here we go again. Inhaling. Exhaling, pressing up. First, I want to elongate my spine, keeping my neck in neutral so my gaze is probably still on the floor. And releasing. Inhale. Exhale. Pressing. Breathing. Maybe a little higher, maybe not. It's not necessary. And releasing down. All right. So hands are going to give my forehead a little pillow, or you can have your hands in a T, bend the knees, and we will gently windshield wiper. So we're releasing the low back, which we were just contracting. This is also beginning hip mobility. All right. Right leg down, left leg up. We're going to pick it up and open the hip. Doesn't matter how far you get. I'm just taking the knee back. Perhaps your foot reaches the floor. Perhaps not. Perhaps, like me, your knee is still in the air, as is your foot. It's okay. You want to open through the front of the hip while working the back. Slowly release. Remember, when we work the back, we have to use caution and respect our limits. Bending the left leg, lifting the knee, and then letting that foot drop. Does not matter how far you get. That's not the point. The point is for you to open through the front side, working through the back side. Releasing, coming back to center. Bending the right knee, lifting the right knee, rotating. Releasing. When we have our arm extended and we turn our whole body and keep our chest off the ground, we get farther. This is a different exercise. Other side. And release. All right, picking up the forehead so the hands can go back, belly in. So this is like a push-up. We're gonna belly in, push up. This time, knees apart, big toes together, sending your hips back, walking your hands out. So this feels different than when we have our knees together, but they're both child's pose, different versions. Lifting the head up, I'm going to walk my hands towards you. Look forward, crawl my fingers forward, and then sink down. Perhaps sending my hips in the opposite direction. Stretching the back as well as the side body. Breathing into it. Picking your head up. Walking through center. Do the other side. Remember, look with your eyes, crawl your fingertips, and then sink down. Perhaps sending your hips in the other direction to enhance the stretch. Deep, complete breath. Lifting it up. Walking back through center. And we will shift onto our hips. Right, so we're going to lay back. So find yourself laying back and then draw your knees into your chest. I'm going to take my picture for a roll call. Roll call, that sounds kind of funny. Anytime you bring your knees in like this, you're stretching your low back. Try to bring your knees together and your feet together. Pull in, head up, release. Now release the knees and the feet, take them wide. So you're trying to get your knees maybe outside your shoulders. That should feel a little different, or maybe a lot different. Okay, dead bug day. Arms up. So with this, we're taking right leg, left arm down. You do not have to keep your leg and arm straight. Then the opposite. They don't have to touch. You're welcome to do so if you want. You're welcome to keep your head up. If you want to work the back of your neck and your abdominals, but don't increase the strain. Go at your own pace. Make sure you're breathing. Four more. And 3. 2. And 1. Once again, knees come in. Arms out in a T. And we're going to shift our hips to one side. Now, if your feet don't reach the ground, you can shift your hip more, and that might be more comfortable for you. This is an option. You always can put your blanket or your block in between your knees or under your feet. You have the option to stretch the top leg out straight. That's going to target more in your hip. Find a place where you're feeling a good stretch, and then just really focus on your breath and the sensations that you're feeling. Notice the change as you take that deep inhalation, how it feels, and then as you release your breath, how it feels. All right, so we're going to bring the knees back up. And if you shifted your hips, come back to neutral. Take a long stretch. Inhale, good morning stretch. Reach, 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 reach. Exhale, back to bent knees. Go to the side, and if you want to, shift your hips so that you're on the side a little bit more before you twist. This is an option. You don't need to do it. So if you're comfortable here, you're welcome to extend that top leg. But if it's feeling where you need to stretch, then don't do that. So just experiment and see which is better for you today. Always when we do our supine, where we're looking at the sunshine, we're on our back. Always, once we're in our twist, and if you're comfortable, you're welcome to turn your head in the opposite direction. That's the very last thing you do. Come back to your breath. If your top leg is straight, let's bend it. Come back with the knees up and shift back to your neutral. Right leg straight, left leg is bent, and bring the foot so that it's touching the right leg's thigh, the right thigh. Okay, arms out in a T or cactus. And now we're going to take the knee out to the side. It's as if we were doing tree, standing, but we're actually laying down. So we're opening up the adductors or inner thigh on that left leg. So imagine balancing. You're connecting your foot, your left foot, to your right thigh or calf. And now find your breath. If this is uncomfortable, you could always slide that blanket or if you have a block underneath the outside of your left thigh. All right, now we're going to straighten and lift that left leg. Cross it over, and I'm going to move both my legs to the right. I'm going to extend my hands up and then bring them over to the right. So I'm making like a banana shape. Breathing into that side body. Is there a difference in the sensation you feel with the in-breath compared to the out-breath? All right, bringing the hands back, bending both legs, and now extending the left leg. Right leg is bent and extending out to the side. So this is our supine tree. We're on our back. Try to connect your right foot with the left thigh somewhere, or the left calf. Arms in a T or cactus. I kind of like that because it opens my shoulder more. And we're trying to be straight here. Try not to let the weight of the right knee pull your left hip up. You want to stay grounded as much as possible. All right, bringing that bent right knee, crossing over. Arms come up, and then either shift your hip or send your feet to the left and your arms to the left. So just a gentle arc like a banana. Everything is connected to the ground, especially both hips. Breathe. And release the hands down. Bend the knees. And we'll gently roll to the side. Last couple breaths. And then helping yourself up to our seated posture. Thank you for joining me on this glorious rainy morning. And I hope you have a super day.